plenty of sense. So you have to study your craft. We say that a lot here in the broadcast world with any interns that we have with people to come. You got to study what's going on so you know where you want to go and where you don't want to go.
Right.
Even some things that are successful, you may not want to go that path that they're going on. Right. That makes
True.
a whole lot of sense. So you study, you get into these books, you start reading and then writing your notes, and then you start to dive and delve into your own books. You go 6 books into with your agent and go on the publishing route. How is that route working with the publisher? Because I can imagine it'd be kind of like an artist, a musician working with the label where you have your creative ideas, but then they may have some input too.
Absolutely the same. And and it's the reason that I quote unquote jumped ship to indie eventually. Because now, when I first started, indie was very taboo. It still kind of is, shouldn't be, but it still kind of has that stigma. But it was very confining in one way, and then in another way, they actually even kind of talked me into writing a book that I didn't even want to write. So in that sense, I know I hear artists and musicians have similar situations where that happens. They're like, this isn't me. Like, you hear about Pink, and that's just for years was not her gig. That's not
Right.
what she wanted to be doing. It was very similar to that. That was my experience.
So what were you trying to write about, and where were they trying to steer you? And I hate that I don't want to take you down. I don't want to give you PTSD on this interview.
It's not all that. It's okay. No, and actually, I do give respect to that publishing company because they did give me a start. So it's not all traumatizing. It actually was a decent experience. It wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't for me. And so basically, I love crime fiction. I love all things crime. I'm addicted to it. I watch crime TV shows. I just devour it, and that's what I wanted to write.
Okay.
They wanted me to write more romantic suspense because at the time, and still is, just really popular.
Okay.
And they talked me into writing a book that I just was kind of kidding about on a call one day. And they're like, oh, you should write it. Oh, yes, write that. Give it to us in 8 weeks and we'll put, and it did well. It just wasn't.
Was it your passion?
No.
I understand. So writing was still your passion, but that particular genre wasn't it for you?
Right, exactly. And that's an
Okay.
important takeaway that I would want your listeners, whether they're writing fiction or nonfiction, that is a very important thing to hold on to before you even begin down that journey is you have to find out where you want to be. Like, what is your passion? What do you really want to write about?
Yes. I
Not that you're
understand.
constricted to that for the rest of your life, but you're going to be there for a while. So.